This is Srimad Bhagavatam, second canto, chapter 9, answers by citing the Lord's version and text number 33. Aham Ivasham Ivadre Nanyat Yat Sat Asat Param Pasat Aham Yat Etasha Yo Vasishyata So Ismiham Hare Krishna. Translation. Brahma, it is I, the personality of Godhead, who are existing before the creation, when there was nothing but myself, nor was there the material nature, the cause of its creation, that which you see now is also I. The personality of Godhead, and after the annihilation, what remains will also be I, the personality of Godhead. Next, in this verse, the Supreme Personality of Godhead told Brahmaji that is before the creation only the Supreme Lord was existing, and after the creation, means after the annihilation of this creation, what remains will be also the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and in the midst, Supreme Personality was always there. So the central point is that the Supreme Lord was the beginning, and the Supreme Lord was unborn, which was told in the Lord Gita by Supreme Lord himself. I am unborn, I am the beginning, I am the cause of all causes, I am the supreme proprietor of all this universe, I am the God of gods. Who knows this transcendental knowledge, he will be regarded as the wisest person, and as soon as he knows these things, all his sinful reactions will be removed. So all things are manifested from the Supreme Lord. In this regard, our Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada told some scientists, so if you know Krishna, you can understand everything, because everything emanates from Krishna. Even His Divine Grace, the Prabhupada told my spiritual master, Dr. D.D. Singh. So if you do not understand the science and philosophy of Krishna, transcendental science of Krishna, so if you are also scientist, or you are a scientist, what good is in your studies? So Jagat Guru, the Prabhupada wanted to tell my spiritual master, so your scientific knowledge is not sufficient. It's not sufficient to understand the meaning of life, purpose of life, and to reach the goal of life, real goal of life. So in this connection, scientist Einstein told that religion without science is blind, science without religion is lame. And in this connection, even my spiritual master instructed that, first of all, as a human being, our prime duty is to inquire about the nature, about the pastimes and activities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And over and above this, my spiritual master told that, first of all, we have to understand that we are a spiritual soul. Unless we know these important things, so we shall be zeroed in material consciousness. And in a material consciousness, we shall be zeroed frustrated. So in connection with this verse, the Supreme Lord told Arjuna in this way, Bahunam Dharmanam Ante Ganamang Mang Prabhadeti Vasudeva Sugamiti So Madma Sudurlabha. Arjuna, after many births, the fortunate person who understands my transcendental pastimes, nature, and my activities, so he will soon engage himself in my devotional service. So the person who are engaging in my transcendental loving service is regarded as the great soul. Such great soul is very rare. So generally we can understand that any person who can understand Lord Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead is at least a great man. So he was fortunate and he carried some, auspicious qualities, sublime qualities from his previous birth. In this way, we can understand from this verse that Supreme Lord, from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, all are manifested. Even the demigods and all living entities, all this creation, all these universes, all are emanating from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Krishna. So in this most scientific developed is almost all countries of this world were worshipping Lord Krishna with great faith. First of all, the Lord Krishna Prabhupada went to America for preaching this Krishna consciousness movement in the year 1965. So he traveled 14 times this world within 12 years, and he preached the science and philosophy of Krishna, the name of Krishna all over the world. And his dearest disciple, His Holiness Srimad Bhakti Sadhu Damodar Swami Sripad Maharaj, my spiritual master actually, as a scientist I must say, he was both scientist as well as a saint. So, in accordance with the instructions of his spiritual master, Lord Krishna Prabhupada, so he also traveled this world many times, and he taught all the learned persons, including scientists, philosophers, and scholars, by using his method of scientific teaching, by his scientific formula. He preached about the science and philosophy of Krishna among all the people of this world. He performed many international conferences between science and spirituality about the synthesis of science and spirituality, including Nobel laureates and with so many learned persons of this world. So as a result of his preachings, so nowadays many scientists and philosophers and learned persons were joining in this ISKCON and worshipping Lord Sri Krishna, Sri Sri Radha Govinda, which they are unflinching faith. So generally, our Indian people are very fortunate because the Supreme Personality of Godhead was born in India. So according to Divine Scripture, our first duty is we have to detach from the bodily concept of life, and we should try our best to make attachment at the lotus feet of the devotional service of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Sri Krishna. So for performing all these things, first of all, we should approach a bona fide spiritual master, and we have to render service unto him. We have to ask him submissively about the science and philosophy of Krishna, and we have to learn from him the process of pure devotional service unto the lotus feet of Lord Sri Krishna. So, therefore, the revealed scripture told that for all of us, even for karmis, jnanis, yogis, for all types of peoples, even for devotees, or inevitable duties our first duty is to surrender ourselves at the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Sri Krishna, and we have to engage ourselves in His devotional service. In this way, if we spend our life, we practice the process of devotional service in our day-to-day life with great faith, then surely our life will be successful. Hare Krishna. Now, I will stop here. Hare Krishna.